Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Lifestyle Yoga with Loretta. This morning, we're going to do some hip openers and listen to a little Christmas music, kind of get in the flow for this next week coming up. I did want to just share a little bit with you about some cups. You can order these on Amazon, super good for myofascial release. So they look like this. You just decompress them and stick them like on the leg, IT band, whatever it is that's bothering you. You can leave them there, or you can actually do a little pull on the tissue and it'll lift that fascia and create some energy in there. So anyway, you might check those out on Amazon if you have a really tight space. It's great. I love it on the back. And just feels really super good. So check those out. Usually they come like in a set of 4. So I'll set those there. I'm going to move this up just a tidge. Remember, it's always live. Here we are. So let's go ahead. Lots of light in the back. The sun's coming up. I think it's going to be a beautiful day today, even though it's cold. We're going to start. I have 2 mats stacked. And again, we're going to do hip openers today. So let's go ahead and start. We're just going to start on the hands and knees in that quadruped. We might have 2 knees underneath. Make sure that the hands are right under the shoulders, stacking the joints, knees under the hips. And we'll just start with that cat and cow, just a nice rounding up, lifting the pelvic floor in and up. Inhaling, drawing the chin forward, letting the belly be heavy here. So it's not so much about lifting. We just want to flow gently. We're listening to our body this morning. Inhaling and exhaling. One breath, one movement. And focusing on the breath. Warm those hips up a little bit. The low back. How are we feeling today? Checking in. What are we aware of? What's our intention for today? What are the positive actions we're going to take? We might have even more light in our lives, even more love, even more abundance. What's that look like for you today? Coming back to a neutral spine. Tops of the feet are down. And we're going to take it back to child's pose. And we'll just shift the weight forward and back. Inhaling, control the core, and back. Inhaling, and back. Inhaling, and exhaling. Let's do a few more. We're just warming up, getting some energy, some fluidity. Forward and back. So we'll come up and hold in that up position. Again, repositioning the hands if we need to. And we'll do an alternating spinal balance. So we're going to press one foot back and then the other. And we can add the opposite arm to that. Extend and down. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving closer to you. See the rays of light coming in through the window. Looks amazing. Keep going side to side. Good. And we'll come down. Good. Let's go ahead and extend that right leg. And we're just going to cross over. Here's that tiny tap. Lift up and out. Tiny tap, lift up and out. Remember, we're warming up those hips. Lift. Let's do 4 more. There's 4. 3. 2. And 1. Very nice. And bring it down, bring it back in, and we'll switch sides. So we extend that left leg. Here's the crossover, a little tap, and lift. Notice how the back feels here. We are working a little bit deeper into the hip. Breathing. 4 more. Here's 4. 3. Nice, easy movements. 2. And 1. And bring it down. Sitting back in child's pose. Shifting the weight forward, coming up to downward facing dog, lifting out of the armpits. Bend the knees. Think about bringing the tibia forward, that bone in the shin. And the seat bones back, hollowing up the belly. Coming up on the toes, dropping the heels down. So just a little up and down. Remember, we don't have a lot of pressure into the hands here. Up and down. Breathing. We might walk the dog, so we'll bend one knee at a time, taking the hip out to the side, side to side. Keep lifting the armpits, bringing the rib cage or the thighs towards the rib cage, one at a time. And we'll come back and meet in down dog. Taking those heels towards the mat, lifting the armpits. Let's take that right foot up and back. And we're going to open. Bring the toe back. Here's that half scorpion. Looking under the armpit. Lifting the armpits back. Extend up. And coming down. And we'll switch sides. Up. Bend, look under the armpit, lift the armpit, or both of them. I see Stan's little golf ball is underneath the little shelf there. Coming down, and we'll come to plank. Low plank, up dog. Breathing. Make sure we're pulling those shoulders away from the ears. Like a suspension bridge here, tops of the feet are down. Hands are under the shoulders. Bring the knees down all the way back to child's pose. Circle sweep those hands back. Go ahead and grab a hold of the feet. Tuck the third eye towards the knees and lift the hips gently off the heels. And gently coming down. And we'll bring it up to hero's pose. Very nice. So let's go ahead and start opening the hip flexors a little bit. We could feel that with the down dog and upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back. Let's bring those fists back. Thumbs face forward. Roll the shoulders back. Hug the scapula. Lift the sternum towards the sky. And if it's an option for you, lifting the hips. Deep breaths. Squeezing the booty. Strong body. And gently release. Coming back to center. Walk the hands forward. Come up onto the toes. Down dog. Walk those feet back. Hollow up the belly. Lifting the armpits. So again, we'll take that right foot up to the sky, moving into that half scorpion. Looking underneath, pressing back through the wrists. Finding some length all the way up and down. Switching sides up, bend the knee. It's like a scorpion's tail, looking under, pressing back. Breathing, opening, creating space all the way up and down. Inhaling to plank, low plank, up dog. Tops of the feet come down. Here's that suspension bridge. Peeling the shoulders away from the ears. All the way back to child's pose. Circle sweep those hands back. Tuck that third eye towards the knees and lift the hips. Breathing. Gently lowering down. Circle sweeping up. You might open the knees just a little bit. Bring the hands back. We're going to tuck those thumbs underneath the glutes. Roll the shoulders back. Bring the hips forward. Lift the sternum towards the sky, reaching back to the heels for camel, if that's an option for you. Breathing, squeezing the glutes. And gently release, coming up. Very nice. We'll bring it down, flowing through just a few cat and cows. Releasing again the low back. Lifting the belly button in and up. Bringing that low back up towards the sky. Tucking the chin towards the throat. Let's do one more of those. So we'll gently come down. We're going to bring that right foot forward into that lunge. Back knee stays down. We're going to walk it up, reach the arms up, roll the shoulders back. Lift the hands straight up to the sky. We're feeling that opening here. Feels amazing. Nice deep breaths. Lengthening those fingertips up towards the sky. Then we'll gently come down. And we're going to heel toe that foot open. So the heel stays on the mat, the toe is off. Good. And we'll bring that hand down to the inside to start with. Roll the shoulder back, stack the shoulders, reaching up. Breathing. Small little curls there. Open up the heart center, open up the hip. And gently coming down. Good. Heel toe in. And we'll rock it forward and back. Lift the toes in the front. Press the booty back. Inhale. Lunge a little deeper. Exhale. Chin to the throat. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more time. And we'll hold it here. Let's take that back leg back. So we come up on the toes, and we're actually we're coming down right onto the quad, maybe the top. We can feel the distal part of the femur. We're going to feel a nice opening here. If it's an option for you, we'll go ahead and bring it up. Draw the rib cage back so we kind of give it a little crunch down. Now reach up, roll the shoulders back. And open. Nice deep breaths here. If you're really tight in the groin or the quadriceps, you're really going to be feeling this one today. Breathing. And gently coming down. Very nice. Let's go ahead and heel toe, walk it over. So this is a challenge. If you have knees, we might have a bolster right under our knee or bring it down. And sit up nice and tall. Pigeon pose. Nice deep breaths. Think about pressing that Left femur down towards the mat. If you don't get it today, keep working on it. Walk those hands forward. We're going to thread the needle if that's an option for you today. We'll take that left arm underneath and come down. Nice deep breaths. Opening the hip. There's those nice openings, keeping in mind that one side is always tighter than the other. Oh, feels so good. And if you really feel like you have some compression there, or it's very, very tight, you want to really breathe that diaphragmatic breathing down and in. And sometimes we need to stay in those poses for 4 or 5 minutes. It can be a restorative pose, can also be very stressful. Good, so just for today, we'll stay at that. Bring the hands down. Let's turn the back toes under. Lift and release back to child's pose to rebalance and set the hips. Hollow up the belly. Tuck that third eye towards the knees. And gently release. Let's bring that left foot forward. We start with the ankle right under the knee. Roll the shoulders back. Lifting up to the sky. Lift the sternum. Nice deep breath. So again, we begin to feel the quad, the insertion for the iliopsoas, the hip flexor, or all the hip flexors. The origin of the quad up there. Oh, feels good. Think about pressing that tibia or the shin bone down into the mat. Activate. And then gently releasing. And we're going to heel toe out. Heel stays on, toes off. And we'll bring that right hand down. Bring the hand to the knee. I think I opened this way last time. Oh, that feels good too. We could come down also. Open side to side. Play around. Your body was meant to flow and move. And we'll walk it in. Here's those forward and back. So we lift the toes, press the booty back, tuck the abs in and up, and we'll come forward into a little bit deeper lunge. We can take that back knee back, wherever we're at today. Feels good. Nice, coming forward. Holding that lunge, now we'll take that leg back. So lift onto the toes, extend, bring the top of the foot down and back. Walk it up if that's an option for you. And reach it up. Oh yes, this side is a little bit tighter. Hug those arm bones towards the ears. Lifting out of the armpits. Deep breath. Again, press that tibia or the shin bone of that right leg down and into the mat. Activate. Enhance. Get even more flexibility, even more light to that area, more space. And gently coming down. Nice. We'll heel toe open to the other side. Again, we might have that bolster under the knee as we come down. A little lift. And again, think about pulling that right hip towards the heel. Breathing. This might be as far as we go today. Opening up the body. We want the foot flexed to protect the knee. And gently coming down if that's an option for you. This might be as far as we go today. Think about hugging those upper inner thighs. Thread the needle. Oh la la. Breathing. Deep breaths into that left hip. All the way down into the belly, expanding the low back. And gently coming up. And again, we're going to stay in those positions, especially if it's harder, to stay down there. Think about just breathing through it. Take the time. Maybe you're just going to spend an extra 2 or 3 minutes there. Good. We'll gently come back. Hands come down. Tuck the back toes under. Lift. And release back for child's pose. Let's take those hands back. Bring the third eye towards the mat. Softening the shoulders. Taking some deep breaths, expanding that space across the low back. That's very nice. We'll gently roll up and have a seat in the middle of our mat. We're just going to finish our short practice with a little twist. And we'll just start with one leg extended, the other leg in. So we want to make sure the knee isn't out to the side, but we're still hugging those upper inner thighs. We reach forward, around, clasp, lift the chest, look over the shoulder. Nice little twist. Again, hugging those upper inner thighs. We want to keep those toes on the extended leg, reaching up towards the sky. And release. Switching sides. Up, lift, reach, wrap, clasp, roll the shoulder back, lift, lift, lift. Hugging the upper inner thighs. Noticing the hips. And gently releasing. And we'll go ahead and take it down in Shavasana, just a short practice today. That seems to be what more people are wanting. We're in studio, we definitely go at least an hour. So let's go ahead and take it down in Shavasana, all the way out, feet open, hip width apart. I'm just going to do a yogic path card today because I haven't done one for a little bit, and it's just kind of fun. Gives us a different perspective of what to think about, or maybe a different direction to take those monkey mind thoughts that are going around in our head right now, when we should just be focusing on the reason for the season. More love, more light, more hope, more inspiration, even more light, even more love, even more hope, even more inspiration. Sometimes it's just about changing our verbiage, our wording, especially our own self-talk. We let go of the negative self-talk, the negative emotion. We can have even more prosperity, even more abundance. And that all comes from allowing even more light to come into your life. So our card for today is Kali. She is reversed. Let's see. I usually do this before class, but you guys are resting in Shavasana or taking a little break. It's like your morning story hour. So it's kind of fun. Kali, the goddess of destruction, disillusion, and ecstasy. Look in the mirror. What is it that you are afraid to see? We all have parts of us that are less than perfect, but they can only be brought into the light through acknowledgement. Recognize those shadows, why they came to be, the purpose they once had, and how they are no longer needed. Write down the limiting beliefs you are holding on to that are preventing you from reaching your higher truth and burn them into flames. Shake your body, scream, clear your house, let go of stale relationships, practice self-pleasure. Free the parts of you that have been suppressed and step into your wild nature to experience Callie's enlightenment. So definitely take a look at your environment today. Is it chaotic? Is it peaceful? Are you able to flow? Are you able to move freely? Do you feel constricted? Take the time today to notice that. Remember, we are the co-creators of our lives. So keep it simple. I find is the easiest way. Everything that we get attached to, whether that's cars, vehicles, houses, jobs, those are all things that we have to maintain in our life. So keep it simple. Keep it flowing. We never stand in the same river or stream twice. The water is constantly flowing by us, and we just have to flow in the energy system the same way. So thanks for hanging out today. We'll bring it up to a soft seated position. Check those hips today as we move through. Think about flowing as we walk. If you're stiff, try to make it a little bit more free-flowing. Open those hips, move them side to side. Let go of those things that are holding us back. Keep in mind that the pelvic floor, that's the first chakra. So if we have any fear, resignation, we need to let that go and move forward. Give it to God, bring it back to the light, and try to focus on being happy today. Let's finish with a deep breath up. Drawing the hands to the heart. Let's finish with a big Om. Deep breath in. Om. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Remember to be thankful for everything that we have today. Have a good day. Peace. Take care.